Hello, Ducky Traders on the 21st of May. Just giving a quick little gold update. Would have expected it to be higher with everything that's going on. But unfortunately, I'm on the wrong chart. There we go. That was natural gas. We talked about that before. God, get your stuff right. Okay, back on track. Just done a little bit of TA, just some basic stuff, some trend lines. I mean, what I really draw from this, if we remove the mid-March meltdown, it really has been on this nice upward trend, and I think this is going to continue. I think 1800s in the sights, and maybe 19, who knows. It hasn't performed as well as I would expect with all that's going on, but at the same time, we haven't seen any further massive breakdowns like in the middle of March. So where to from here? As I said in one of my other casts, comfortably long, but one of my trading strategies is being extremely careful from longing something that is at the top of a long trend. And what I mean by that, this is the highest it's been since I think in 8 years. So for me, it's more about picking off these little shorts, which you can see it's pretty noticeable what's going on. So at the moment, I have nothing open. I think it's going to have to go below this around 1700 for considerably to get any further breakdown. The next sort of trend line up here is around this 1778, which is of course breaking that. It's going to head towards 1800. The sentiment around FX Empire, they're saying it's bullish and is overbought on their TA on my little 4-hour mid RSI at the moment. There's obviously different to me. I can sort of see what they're saying, but even they're saying that there's a possibility of a drop below 1740. They're saying, which is actually dropped at the moment. So this is they're saying it was when was that published? How long ago? An hour ago. Okay. I think more breakdown below 1700 is where I would be more concerned. Even if it went down, I mean, come on, 1715, 1710, is that really much of an issue? No. There's probably a lot of profit taking. Still possible to have. Anyway, moving averages are supporting the price. I think FX Street's got it right here, that stronger USD is definitely affecting it, and it's unaffected by the softer risk tone. But if you read through this, even this talks about the growing fears of the second wave of coronavirus and how that will affect gold. On top of that, there's obviously the Chinese and almost everyone else relations bitter at the moment. So gold is still acting as a safe haven, but not as much as I would expect. But I don't see that as a weakness. I see that as an opportunity. Any breakdown to say something like 1650 cannot see in the short term. Any increase up to 2000 possibly. I think more realistic targets 1850 in the shorter term, and then reconsider. I think breaking 1800 psychological barrier, going to be some good little profit taking from there. So if I was long now, I wouldn't be looking at riding it in the short term up to 2, anything like that. I'd be looking at riding it up to 1800, take some profits off the table, reassess and go from there. So let's just see how our little friend gold goes. Remember, tomorrow, getting into a late trade, holding over the weekend, can be beneficial, also risky. So just watch that. If you are looking at getting into a trade, for me, I would need some conviction. What I would be looking at is if I see some massive rise to over 1800, then possibly I'll look into a short, depending on the fundamentals, not just the TA. But I think most likely at the moment, I'm going to keep monitoring, keep watching, keep it as a spectator sport, and just see what our little golden friend does.